Get that Wi-Fi together, son. Here we go again. You ready? Yeah, baby, we here. How y'all doing, man? Bring y'all a late night show real quick because it's 11 of the world. What up, black man? How y'all doing? How you doing? Hope you straight, man. Today is Sunday, man. It's 9:06, March 16th, 2025. We still here, baby. I mean, we so grateful. After everything, we so grateful. We so gracious. Doing good deeds all around the world. You understand? So, I didn't get a chance to touch on this yesterday, pause. The situation with Iman, Shumpert, and Tiana Taylor. I talked about it a little bit, but I didn't go in detail. And I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put up a clip, not a clip, but a picture in a second. I'm gonna read through it, and we're gonna read through what this means for relationships moving forward between black men and black women, and what black women need to understand about what's happening. Kevin Samuels did a broadcast a long time ago, and at the time it sounded a little bit harsh. It was a little bit bold, right? But he sussed out the fact that men of other races do not show black women high interest in a way where they can, as a whole, say it is a good strategy for you to go ahead and look for men who don't look like you, right? And he did that by having women call in, and he would ask them. It's a regular conversation. So when the last time a white man approached you? And in your lifetime, how many white men have approached you? And if listen, if a majority of black women are being honest, right? It's not. First of all, it's not really a thing that happens. I mean, like people meet through social means. People meet by going to the same school, going to going to the same school, having the same job, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Living in the same neighborhood. Maybe you're in the same social circles, stuff like that. People, again, this whole myth of there being this super alpha guy that goes around and makes it just sports and just bag chicks all day long. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that dudes don't cold approach. I mean, that's always been a thing. That will happen. But it's always been very few men who make that actual activity to the point where they can put numbers up. For the most part, people meet in like organic ways. You know what I mean? Because cold approach is kind of like making something like kind of like move forward. But that's always been something that only, again, like men who have basically like very, very a high level of soft skills. Because you can't pull it off if you don't have good social skills. If you're not good at expressing yourself, if you're not charismatic, and like but charisma got to be out there. Or you know what? Or you could be a real tough, real caveman sounding hood nigga. You know what I'm saying? Who just randomly cat calls, and we all know who that archetype is. We don't got to say his name. Don't worry about it. But anyway, so we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about Iman Shumpert situation, what that means, and how it relates to Drake, right? And how black men see themselves, right? And we're going to try something. It's not really different, but I'm going to try something a little bit different for this show. So anyway, we here. Listen, so if you don't know, this is Six Paths TV. Like, share, subscribe. My name is Six Paths Dice, Mr. Lane. If you need me, my job is I get myself so many jobs. But one of my jobs is to support you on your spiritual walk, because everything is a spiritual journey, and you can't make good long-term decisions without good faith. I'm here to help you improve your relationships to people, places, and things, and ultimately, Big Bro Six Paths is here to help y'all grow the hell up. So anyway, you already know, man, it's the beginning of the show, so we're going to start with a song. Let's go ahead and get into it. All right, y'all ready? Let's get it. Feel no way, make you feel some type of way, make you feel some type of way. type of way, make you feel some type of way. I can feel myself getting better without you. I'm the big wave bitch, boss and hoes. Stuck to your brother with the coldest flows. I got some snow bunnies from the Nova Scotia. We in a Poconos, how it's supposed to go. Hardest thing I had to do was forgive myself. Painful memories, I relive myself. Today I am better, today I am stronger. Every time I have a run, the shit will last longer. Now if I stay in Hotel Rwanda, welcome Mary J, so there's no more drama. I'm sorry, you ain't getting enough love. My lover stops here. Go and argue with your mama. I ain't fixing the buy. I like peace and quiet. Passion burn like a counter riot. Put your money together to make a spirit bond with it. I put a game like an old LeBron nigga. Put that money together, just make spirit bond with it. Sit your punk ass down, so right with my spirit. Pivot rotation, release 6 women. Always winning the same. No different. Pray every morning to keep myself from rhythm. I go action with rhythm. Change the algorithm. Change the pipeline that leads to prison. I'm not a star, why I see it so distant. Hey, feel no way. Feel no way, make you feel some type of way. Some type of way. I can feel myself getting better without you. I can feel myself getting stronger without you. I'm doing better without you. Kinda find out I'm doing better without you. Yeah. Yeah. Peace and blessings king, peace and blessings king. Shine, treat me like the king of everything, yo. Gucci everything, moving everything, Times I felt like I was losing everything, Bishop Medellin, Papa give me like a bit of everything, yo. I set my living room like a mezzanine, I be pulling down to Medellin, what? Keep my circle tight like a wedding ring, Always never die, they go to Medellin. I be rapping till I'm 70, but then I do telepathy. Head in the clouds, cause I'm standing on my legacy. What? Peace and blessings king, peace and blessings king. Shine, treat me like the king of everything, yo. Gucci everything, moving everything, At times I felt like I was losing everything. It's the $1 billion poppy, fucking $1 trillion poppy. Put those trillions on my body, just my ass like a Somali, yo. Shit was getting bad, talking bad like Nick Kalani, yo. If we talk again with LeBron, he getting Bronny, what? I'ma use the bitch, I learned from Geechee Gotti, I'm like John Gotti if he was God body, The shit hit like crashing a Maserati, what? You can stop the shine, the spirits be behind me, what? Peace and blessings king, peace and blessings king. Shine, treat me like the king of everything, yo. Gucci everything, moving everything, Times I felt like I was losing everything, But I'm still the prize, I remain the king, I remain the prize, yo. You know what, I surmise you been telling lies, yo. Who taught you how to lie? Who taught you how to lie? Subscribe to the channel, man. 6 Pack TV, man. We getting the energy up, getting the ire up, you understand me? Yo, wrong, so these hoes the butter. Paint this picture in the warmest color. Fuck your clothes, I made pain look good. At my grandma's house, same number, same hood. You love someone to make them hate you the most. Had to get ghosts, make do like ghosts. You don't know me, and now you both know what I do in my past. Like old man Logan, I had to fade away on my side. The new old, and I ain't wasting no motion. I got me a new slogan. I don't think you ever know me again. Never love a bitch more than a nigga wanna win. Love me wrong, so these hoes put a big Drake in my lap. It's a light skin, so I'ma teach a baby boy about guns and butter while sitting in the garden like Jody mother. And these moments I feel younger again. With this here, my birthday coming again. And these moments I be coming alive. I know you don't get it, but I want you to try. And these moments I be feeling immortal. But easy taught me is not what he taught you. Your niggas is boy, women and kids ain't loyal. You ain't shit to the point we can't put you on soil. So alive. Overtime, you know I do overtime. Now I need my faith. Overtime, speaking from my sober mind, you know I do overtime. Now I need my, G.O.D. Does she want to smoke with the G.O.D.? G.O.D. Does she want to smoke with the G.O.D.? Sober mind, speaking from my sober mind. Yo. Man, girlfriend, shit, I got it going on. Not acting like you got some hot shit going on. I wanna look you in your eye when that shit is going wrong. I wrote these commandments and I put them in a song. My own man, never blame my problems on wifey. I'm my own man, never blame my problems on whitey. This song got me feeling like beans on nothing like it. I ain't talking like this for you niggas to fucking like it. And more of my dreams, and I like to admit, yeah, I know it's been a while. I've been working on my shit. Black Wall Street back. I mean, shout out to my homies that will listen to me rap. Yo, shout out to Mitchie. a Nigerian saint. I turn heroes to mirrors, I'm going hard in the paint. At the guys with us, show me love, give me that. Yo, shout out to my hunger that I shouldn't be fucking. All sex ain't good, I got a spiritual body. She go, who is she, ollie, ollie, who is she, bang, bang. Always gonna be my cutty buddy, girl, we gang, gang. Fine with the top down, with your full man, get your money in the dance store, trying to maintain. Young nigga, stop wasting your time. I ain't trying to be your daddy, but respect my mind. I said, I think that money is a god. That's your G-O-D. That's why my devil's on his job. Got a J-O-B, what's up? I think that money is a god. That's the J-O-B. That's why my devil's on his job. It's on his job. One more. Had to go, I had to go. Ooh, I still love you. I hope you know, I hope you know. Don't stop it. Say the truth. We were never meant to be. Sorry, I had to leave. Sorry, I had to leave. Mad power cover, not giving a fuck. Oof, I represented my baby knuckle. You bust divine, feminine touch divine, masculine lust, being my masculine friend. I ain't doing too much. When she made, I ain't built shit. I built this whole country, leaving notes in my mirror saying, why don't you love me? Talking 50-50, so I know you was bugging. Good men are king, so let me know if we fucking, let's get it. I don't know you don't know me. Say who loves you. Levi, we get my charge out the kitchen. Who love you? I don't know you don't know me. Yeah, got the kitchen, babe. It's on the gray one. Quick, go get it. I'm cool with fear, and I'm fair with the truth. I said, zone, give me some room, I'm getting loose. Ooh. Feeling wiggly as a crackhead tooth. I said, girl, don't touch nothing, just let me produce. With the space you take up, them lies you make up. Yeah, I'm with you when you wake up. We fucking with no makeup. I do this in remembrance, so I remember when. Yeah, this is when I lost my innocence. 32 years to find my path. For my son, I cut the time in half. So at 16, we'll smoke our first blunt together. It's a 6-pack. Yeah, baby daddy can never. I say power to the people, bitch. I'm about to do maintenance. Used to want to be your nigga. Used to want to be famous. It's the kid that ain't kidding. No licks that keep licking. You ain't clumsy like Fergie, my nigga. So stop tripping the moments to win. Giving the moment to start perfectly right. A good time to rhyme something with big babe. Fact the 50, she went up for the bad babe. I don't know you don't know me. Say who loves you. Ooh. There's no we, my nigga, there's no us. Get it, I don't know you don't know me. Say who loves you. Ooh. I don't care what you say, my nigga, that's not love. I said, I hate you so much right now. I know you shine like a diamond, cause there's diamonds in your mouth. Or you shine like a diamond, cause I put diamonds in your mouth. But I can even hear the beauty in you cussing me out. I used to want your life, but I don't need your life. I never met my wife, but yo, I love my wife. And yo, I used to want a life that was better than yours. Now I'm eating good, fucking good, ready for war. Me and these kings be warring for nothing to pour. And I got bitches in warring all the way out in orange. I made a kingdom in my heart, and I'm an RS orange. Bros are pouring. I mean, Voltron form, and I say power to the people, bitch. I'm about to do maintenance. Used to want to be your nigga. Used to want to be famous. Used to want a life that was better than yours. I'm eating good, fucking good, ready for war. I'm saying. Saying. Grateful to be here, man. Grateful to be here, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into this travesty right here, man. Hear me. Please hear me, man. Let's go ahead and read this together, bro. So, Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's divorce is finalized. All right, don't mind me. I gotta bring the smoke with me. Like, share, subscribe if you're still watching. Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert's divorce is finalized, and Tiana is receiving 4 houses worth over $10 million, a 7-figure payout, and luxury vehicles, including a $300,000 Maybach, a $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter, a tour bus. She also retains full ownership of her companies. Iman must pay $8,000 in child support and cover their children's private school tuition. That man's net worth, shout out to AC, he made this good point about his net worth can't survive this shit. Iman gonna have to start rapping. He gonna have to rap like the Rents do. He gonna have to rap better than the baby. And I don't know how good the baby is rapping these days, to be honest with you. Just keeping it a buck with you. These are my thoughts, ladies and gentlemen. Only my thoughts. This was one of those things that really should have stayed private. And it's something that Black women should not have been responding to or talking about or gloating about on social media. And here go a comment right here. The men, check this out. Lady says the men in these comments are acting as if they will ever be on this level of wealth. Crying face, laughing emoji. In order to even be able to have a wife, maintain went and have assets to ask for a prenup. Let's read it again. The men in the comments are acting as if they will ever be on this level of wealth. She's talking about the men in these comments. Basically, again, the white supremacist mindset playing out, where you make all Black men into a monolith, and you believe the worst of Black men represent all of Black men, and you want everyone else to believe the same. Got to roll out because it's a Black woman talking. When it's a Black woman talking, who is she speaking to? She's speaking to you, Black man. All right, she's addressing you. She's saying, all you niggas is broke anyway. What are you complaining about? Let me explain some shit to you. I'm going to keep saying it. Shout out to the brilliant, the magnificent, the intelligent, the incomparable Crimson Cure. Her drawing the parallel between how kids think or children think and how women think really helped me to understand women's choices and decisions. When we say think like kids, we're not talking about being juvenile in terms of watching cartoons or playing with baby dolls. We're talking about how far ahead you think and your ability to factor in the thoughts, opinions, and the outcomes and how what you do affects other people, the long-term, like I said, the long-term outcomes, the long-term effects of the things you do, and basically also long-term thinking. Kids are not able to do long-term thinking, mostly because they have not lived enough life to do long-term thinking. They have to be given reference to long-term thinking. They don't, because again, if you're 5 years old, how can you do long-term thinking? How can you know how this thing you say will affect someone in the future? That's why you'll say a rude thing when you're a kid. Versus when you're older, you first of all, as you get older, you learn to. A part of maturity is appreciation. A part of maturity is gratitude. A part of maturity is the willingness and the understanding of sacrifice and not resenting any of these things, not resenting having to express gratitude, not resenting having to express humility and demonstrate humility and put effort into humility, not resenting uncomfortable moments, not resenting those real conversations. That's what makes you mature. But when we ignore all these things, you become this kind of person. And I say that because the woman in the comment section, she's coming at it from a very juvenile perspective. What she's basically saying is, well, you know, you ain't got nothing no way. So basically what you're saying is, it wouldn't matter if you were in a similar situation. The point is, Iman Shumpert had those things. This is relevant because they belong to him. They don't belong. If they belong to her, they wouldn't be talking about it. Let's get that out the way. All these things he had part ownership of, or they belong to him. Right? And going back to what I mean by the juvenile perspective and everything, I gotta make sure I use my damn, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I don't be using like none of my sound effects. That's what we doing right now. I don't use none of my sound effects, but you know, first of all, hold on.
Donations, gifts. More gifts.
You understand? More gifts, nigga. Got more gifts. Action on my own table. But the women in the comment section, they're not first of all, they're not able to relate to the human being here and realize, yo, someone lost something that was important to them. But again, this is where the mindset comes from. And even we saw what played out in the Drake and Kendrick situation, right? Where basically we changed the rules for people we like and that we don't like. We'll move the goalposts to people we like and that we don't like. If we favor someone, we will basically overlook the wrong they're doing. First of all, Iman Shumpert is a retired ball player. He's not no active ball player. He's retired. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I'm saying, but those houses were a part of his net worth. So if he lost them to her, then he loses that part of his net worth. You know what I'm saying? A Maybach, a Sprinter, like, man, you gotta ask yourself, why do you need all these things? Why four houses for what? You can't live in four houses at the same time. Why would you? First of all, you gotta realize these things she's getting. These aren't things like he volunteered. These are things that she asked for in the settlement. And also, he has to give her a 7-figure pay. This is all to get divorced from her, and he doesn't even want to get divorced. She wants to get divorced. I bring this up because sisters got to realize that black men and men in particular have made the world so good and worked so efficiently that you think this kind of shit is cool, that it's okay, and it doesn't matter if a man loses everything. She took him to the cleaners just because she want to be outside. And guess what's going to happen? She going to wind up, listen, first of all, Tiana Taylor is older now. And no one's saying that she can't get into a relationship, but she again, a lot of y'all not reading the room. You are not going to be able to leave your baby daddies no more and then go off and get a new nigga. Like, why do y'all think that's black women really think that's a part of the cycle of having a family? Because that's how she grew up. She grew up with her mother and father in the house. I don't think so, because I've never seen her dad. Always seen her mother. And I could be wrong, but I've never seen her dad. So again, her mother already raised, because listen, at the end of the day, they from Harlem. All right. It's still very much hood rat energy. All right. She's still a hood chick. You know what I'm saying? And she did come up, even though she had a bit of a name, but Tiana Taylor has never like really been dominant in music. She always was someone that you knew. Okay. And I don't know, but bigger than that, you see a lot of women actually championing and supporting and celebrating, because you got to realize too, whenever women get anything, what they do as a collective is they see when they get anything good they do, they see it as being representative of the group. Whereas again, if you're a black man, anything negative that black men do, that means that we all do it, and that means we're all in the same situation. You know what I'm saying? Iman Shumpert or men like him are the only kind of men who have anything to lose, and basically it wouldn't matter if you lost a majority of your income. So if I took a majority of your income, first of all, the women in the comment section, most of y'all ain't making over $40,000 a year. A majority of women in the comment section. So if I say, hey, I'm going to start taking $5,000 of your pay a year, that'd be a big problem for you, because you'll be going from 40 to 35, and I'm being generous. All right, especially if you're under 30 years old, if you're not working overtime somewhere, man, knock that shit off. But I thought that was very interesting, right? Because it brought me to a clip I saw the other day. Let me see if I can find it real quick. And it was a clip with this show where they just basically having wild sex, man. It was really a stupid ass conversation. And honestly, for the most part, this guy he's pretty young, and you know, and this is, he actually represents who they be talking about when they say that the podcast mics need to be snatched away. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be illegal for some of y'all to pod. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, when a Negro pop up online and I don't know you, I don't know you that well, I don't like niggas having sunglasses on, and I don't know what your eyes look like to begin with. I feel like you trying too hard to look cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially given that you inside doing the show. I'm not mad at sunglasses, but you're inside doing the show, and they dark sunglasses. I can't see the whites of your eyes whatsoever. Okay. Give me a moment, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and let this drum play.
Your way. Yep. This concept of life is inevitable.
All right, where is it?
Drake needs to elevate into his grown man part of his life. Yeah. Yo, dogs, I don't want to hear at 25 when I'm looking for marriage, you're still mad about this. You're kind of unserious in a way. Jay-Z gave us Kanye and Rihanna, undoubtedly. Lil Wayne gave us you and Nicki. Who the fuck did you give us? Hey, if you're gonna, have the balls to sue you.
You saw how he put the F. Who the fuck did you give us? He said, who did you give us?
UMG, let me get a successful OVO artist. Drake is on Jay-Z stratosphere. Why are you arguing with rappers that still need to rap when you should be in the industry being a boss?
I think, what?
That's the thing. It's like, I believe in life, there's steps and there's levels, and I get that you could love the craft. Your fan base is supposed to grow with you. Jay-Z and Rock Nation. Jay-Z's calling shots. He's picking people to perform at the Super Bowl. He's married to Beyonce. They're building a different type of empire. Blue Ivy's officially an actress. Like, and I love.
What does Blue Ivy being an actress have to do? First of all, what acting has Blue Ivy done, and what does that have to do with building the empire? Like, he's expressing himself like a real woman right now. This is how women talk about like super serious shit. Women will talk about some super serious stuff and just start freestyling a bunch of shit. Just saying things that sound good. Don't get me wrong, the way that he's saying it, and listen, I'm trying to tell you the power of the sunglasses. Sunglasses make shit hit a little bit different.
Drake, but right now it's like, yo, in this grown man phase of my life, you're supposed to be our Jay-Z. And no matter how much you want to do it your way, this concept of life is inevitable. I'm a grown-ass man now. It's a lot of younger people at your concert singing your songs.
I don't see Drake getting married soon.
I would love to see Drake get married.
You heard him say, I would let us see Drake get married?
Give us less of you. Let the industry miss you.
Yeah.
Let your legacy live. You are the most dominant dude since Michael Jackson. There is nothing left to accomplish. You don't even care about awards. Drake needs to get...
He says so many conflating things. And one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up is because he represents the black man that wants to make sure you stay a slave. He doesn't realize that he's making you a slave. First and foremost, I'm like, so with these stories, first of all, these stories are always going on. Millionaire gets dumped every single day. And one of the reasons why I bring this kind of stuff up is because men need to understand the same way if you try and get your body right. If you want to live in a nice area, you know what I'm saying? You want to dress nice. You want to accomplish whatever it is. It's hard. It's really tough. It's tough to accept that. Yes, it will make you a better man. You will be more attractive, but there is no way that you can get around controlling what a woman's going to do. Because a lot of this stuff, men initially are motivated to do this shit, like, become successful for women. And you have to love yourself enough to want it for you and just you, and want you to benefit from it. What you'll find yourself doing is having people in your life who don't deserve to be around you or deserve what you're giving them. And in your mind, you're thinking, I'm giving so much. Like how could you reject me? And like, that's not, again, you're thinking about logic and what makes sense. Women are not logical. In your mind, you think, if I have money and I have this and I have that, then she'll always stay and always love me. No. Look at these millionaires. And it is what it is. Life is going to be what it's going to be. You listen, if you feel that strongly about the girl and want to get married, all right, cool. All right. But that's up to each and every man. What the perspective that he's speaking from is a super shallow hater perspective. First and foremost, all right, so the first point he made was about, before we get into the marriage thing, was about we're supposed to see you be a boss. Drake has made more money than all the rappers since he's been in the game. Drake has always been getting to the bag and being one of the highest paid since he's been in the game. You know what I mean? There's a clip that I could show. Actually, I'm going to show it. Where is it? Hold on a second, y'all.
Built these platforms, not single-handedly, but people have said.
So, Big Loon says Drake got $20 million for 24 hours to build these platforms. Is it fair for him to benefit from what he built, or was he tricked and worked? So the point that Beloved is making is the part that Drake has played in hip hop. Now, I just showed you a clip where someone can come online and talk out their ass, all right, and sit there and do a bunch of goddamn word salad. But I wanted to play this real quick in reference to my man's point about Drake moving like a boss.
And I know that he has benefited from said resources, but I benefit off what I built. Don't y'all get recency bias and forget the boy built these platforms, not single-handedly, but he played a massive role. The boy was one of them ones they would come give 20 million for 24 hours. Y'all don't understand that because you don't understand what customer acquisition is. changing customer behavior is. You don't understand that they had to fight and use the most popular act of this generation. They had to use our most popular act of this generation to change our consumers' behavior. Stop them from going in the store, get them to not owning music and listening to it on the phone and to the subscription model.
Yep.
Apple couldn't have done that on their own. And if they could, it would have took a longer time. Spotify couldn't have done it on their own. And if they could, they would have took a long time. Jay-Z seen that that's what they needed, and he got involved with Tidal. But he went through so much red tape because they wanted a monopoly on the music industry. You will fight to get your piece of this pie because they've been having a lock and key on it for 50 years. So I benefit if I'm Drake off what I built. I built Spotify. I built Apple. I was the one that Universal would leverage my catalog. You got Larry Jackson running around to this day saying that Drake's catalog is more important and more valuable from a business perspective to these labels than some entire genres. Taylor Swift keeps the lights on. Drake keeps the lights on. Some of these people are literally the driving force behind your bottom line.
And we're going to leave it there. We're going to leave it there. Let me tell you something, man. When you hear people talk about successful people like they stupid, it's one thing to critique a particular action and then give a legitimate argument, right? But we're going to get into this stuff, yo, because that's loser talk. All right. One thing about being a winner is that you respect other winners and what they've done and what they're doing. At the end of the day, if somebody could snap their fingers and you be in Drake's shoes, or let's just say you women looked at you, hey, looked at Drake, you would not say, nah, I'm cool on that. I'm in the grown man phase of my life. First of all, what do you define as the grown man phase? What are you talking about? How do you look at someone who's as successful as Drake, who's been as consistent and dominant in the music industry as Drake for this long, and say what he needs to be doing? That gotta stop. This gotta stop. And one of the reasons why people co-sign all this bullshit is because so many black men are weak-minded. You'll let niggas take anything important from you. You'll let them take anything from you. You're a coward. You don't believe in having no power. You think a man having any kind of power, any kind of dominance, being assertive, right? Demanding respect. You see that as uncomfortable and evil, especially if he a black man. Changing the rules for people based on how you feel because they make you look crazy. Because what people don't like is the fact that there is no woman and a bunch of kids benefiting from his success and using him. And what you want to start seeing more and more, men who have careers, men who know where they're going in the future are going to probably stop getting married unless things change or they change those laws. It can't go on like that. Because again, someone like Iman Shumpert, he's not going to be homeless from losing all those things. He can afford some of that. The average guy, the average six-figure earner could not survive that. A six-figure earner couldn't survive losing their whole house. They don't have a house no more. And they got to pay these extra bills. Like he got $8,000 in bills every month. No, not even about 20. I guess 20,000. He said paying for private school and $8,000 a month in child support. Again, it's like, yo, and let's just go back to the divorce thing for a second. You gotta think about what does that say to black men? This was a married couple. She wanted to break up with him so she can go be in the streets because that's what they think relationships are with black men. You get with a black man, then you leave the black man. Because relationships and marriages to black men, this don't really seem to mean much to black women. Because for the most part, that's what these conversations are about. That's like that. That's what they mean. Hold on, man. I gotta play this again, man. It's just like so disturbing to me, bro. Because don't get me wrong, you would come across chicks that was eye looking and they would be a little overconfident. But if, let's say, you know, like back when I was outside and I was a young savage, I never came across chicks who was, you know what I'm saying, like real bad looking and was making demands. You know what I'm saying? And I was younger back then, but I'm gonna play this shit again, yo. I'm gonna play this again.
Because their opinion is what environment would be any guy struggle with, or you want something. I am 20. You're requiring more than what you have. What do you do for a living?
I am 29. I'm from Iowa, and I work from home in operations.
I see this girl.
Do you have children? Yes,
I do. I have 2.
How old are they?
I have a 6.5-year-old and a 2.5-year-old.
And may I ask, why aren't you with the 2.5-year-old's dad?
He was a fling, and didn't want anything. I didn't want anything serious with him either, but he also didn't want anything serious. And so,
biggest lies that women tell themselves that when women say they didn't want anything serious, most of the time is, especially if they want to getting a kid from it. Women don't carry kids that they do not want to be born. You want to have that man's child for a reason. Women always want to have you. Listen, don't ever believe that a woman don't want to have your child for a reason. It's always a reason, okay? She wants that child to be born. How can you say you had a fling with someone and you had kids for them? Not only that, you have 2 kids. And again, like I said in the other video, I hate to talk about someone's looks, but it's like, this is one of the clearest pieces of evidence in terms of not even think about it. That is a behavior of theirs. Because she heard a really attractive woman say that shit, and you see how women of all shapes, colors, and different levels of looks are walking around talking about, I don't want a 50-50 man. And not even that, like I said before, the 50-50 conversation is about, I don't really want to be with a black man. I don't really want to be in a relationship to begin with, but if I gotta be in one, then I should have a free ride. But that's what that is. Excuse me. You are an adult. You have your own responsibilities. Like, again, when my self-esteem was lower, I was more concerned with that. Don't get me wrong. I take care of myself. I don't need no one to take care of me, because that argument is supposed to be about, oh, well, that man wants you to, he's trying to trick you. Women can only understand the world through their perspective. People in general, meaning that whatever you relate to, that's how you understand the world. So if you're not a trustworthy person, an untrustworthy person always feels as though someone's trying to get over on them or whatever it is, because that's how they think. That's how they move. Totally random and off subject. The ribs I made today, I added a second seasoning. If I just went a little bit lighter on both seasonings, I would achieve flawless victory. They were still banging though. Serious ribs. Back to regularly scheduled program. But anywho, like I said before, men need to understand what these things mean and what women are saying. They're not speaking to what's logical and what's beneficial to you. They're speaking to what's the best deal for you. That's not a deal. A deal is where we both benefit. All right. You got to realize this is someone who cries when things don't go their way. This is someone who cannot open the jar by themselves. This is someone that who has to think long and hard about carrying a case of water up the stairs. Or who cannot carry a case of water up the stairs. They need to call a man to do it. Don't make women think that things you do outside of what you earn mean nothing. That is a lie. If you live with someone and you forget your key and the other person is coming home to open the door, don't tell me that don't matter, especially if it's 10 degrees outside. You have car trouble. Knowing that you can call your man to come and get you off the highway, off the side of the road when it's 10 degrees outside. Something going on in the apartment you need help with. Something broken. If he can come fix it, he'll come fix it. When it's not your man, it's a bill. It's a bunch of bills. Okay, the other day I was with my friend of the family, she's kind of like an auntie to me, and she asked me to take her to the gas station, to drive her car to the gas station. Now, even if she didn't have vertigo, she would still probably be asking me, "Hey, can you drive my car to the gas station?" Because she come from a time where women didn't do those kind of things, and men still don't mind doing these things. We still don't. But y'all gotta understand, we see this kind of shit, and it's really discouraging. Sir, I told you to go to bed. Hold on, y'all. I gotta pause real quick. Because this dude is being a bad little boy. He's supposed to be in bed. He's got his headphones on. So he's taking advantage of the fact that I'm building a content empire. Hold on. But no, I'm saying, so like I was saying, all men have, come in, Levi. All men have social media, you know what I'm saying? And all men, me hug. Have a big hug. Have a hug. Have a big hug. Mwah. I love you. I love you.
I love you.
Okay. Have a good night. All men have social media, and they can hear y'all talk like this. I'm gonna let her finish this. So I'm gonna let her explain what her dating preferences are. Again, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe she got a bad body. You know what? Listen, maybe this is a really bad angle, but she's not even coming with a like hair or a hairstyle. She got a straight up just. She had a haircut. She coming to you. She ever got a fade. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, she might have gave herself that haircut. She getting shape up like you. But who knows? I mean, I ain't see a stand up, so who knows? If I go to bed, please. Oh boy, God's crazy.
With children,
yeah. And baby mama drama, because I don't have any baby daddy drama, so no baby mama drama.
You don't have it because that man, he's not a father to your kids at all. Like this is one of those people who has kids where like the father has no involvement in the kid's life. That's why she's saying
that. Or anything like that.
What type of guy are you looking for? Don't describe how he looks, just his character.
I want somebody kind, somebody generous, and is smart, and is a decision maker.
You mention this because just like the girls are saying, they want a provider, and I'm always like, what does that mean to you? What does generous mean to you, Marquita? What does that look like for you?
Somebody who thinks about me and just in like their everyday interactions. We don't have to text and talk all day. I'm too old for that. Like, we don't have to text and talk all day, but like, if you see something that makes you think of me, pick it up, and the next time we see each other, or you're scrolling on Amazon or what have you, if you see something that I like, send it. Just thinks of me like in their everyday like interactions kind of thing. Somebody generous and like somebody who obviously kind to like wait staff, and just somebody that is giving, not.
Yo, I bet you there's a good chance that one of those kids is biracial. One of those kids is biracial, yo. And again, this part right here saying that someone that kind wants someone who thinks about you, that's not really a negative thing. It's just that, like, God damn, it's like, first of all, when you're speaking in conversation, you're supposed to be trying to show people what's good about you. For the most part, this is what these women think is a personality. They think this is a personality to come up on these platforms and basically what they think is that it communicates confidence, all right, and it communicates that, well, because again, this is what they think is impressive, or this is what they think impresses people, and they don't realize that it doesn't come across as smart. It doesn't come across as, it comes across as wait till she gets to first. And I think this conversation is really, honestly, it was always meant to expose women. It was never really meant to really move things forward. Because at the end of the day, people gonna make what they're gonna make. Like this, because for the most part, the dating advice that women give other women is that if you just start asking for more, you'll get more. It's based off the same principle as manifestation, right? Not manifestation is in terms of what you do in life. What happens in your life is a direct result of what you do in life. That's manifestation. That's how people actually manifest things, right? Women like to buy into people telling them that they can manifest things by building a vision board and nothing more. That's why books like The Secret sold so much. They sold so much because again, a part of that, like literally, there was a story in the book where a little boy talked about putting Disney World on his vision board, and then he told the story. Basically, the stories that he put on his vision board that he wanted him going to Disney World. That was a lot of people's interpretation of The Secret. If I create a vision board, then I can manifest it. Not I have to work my ass off and put in 5,000 man hours and be willing to give something at least 3 to 5 years before it bears any fruit. All changes take 3 to 5 years. Lucky for me, I started trying to do content back in 2021, like video here and there. But I've been doing content like since if I count battle rap and just in general, I've been doing content since content was a thing back in like 2008, 2009. Like we was putting up videos and stuff like that. So and doing battle rap, I got like mad experience doing content. So like when I'm here, I'm not see I'm here, but I'm really here. You understand? But I ain't come out of nowhere. I'm not. I ain't just jump off the porch. You understand? So there's that. But going back to the whole conversation about marriage and everything, and about when the young man said, I will let us see Drake get married. When he says that, he's saying that based off of the list of things that black men think it sounds good, because he's still in that mindset of, first of all, you can tell that guy's young, and you haven't actually you haven't went out there and got it all and lost it all. All bosses get it all, lose it all, and then you learn how to keep it. There's a line on the Kendrick album, "To Pimp a Butterfly," where Dr. Dre says, even though it doesn't make any sense, but the other part makes sense. So you said getting it is easy. The hardest part is keeping it. Right? And that's how success is. I'm sorry, y'all. I believe I was doing some parenting. But listen, if I record on the weekend, I usually got to stop because I got to go and parent. But shout out to the youth, though. We let the kids. But what I was saying about the young man, we talk about the whole thing with Drake and and him getting married, and it's like, I had to pose the question of why do you think that it would benefit Drake to be married, and why do you feel as though that, like, who do you feel as though is worthy of being his wife, and how does it benefit Drake at this point? Because at this point, again, with modern women, in terms of how they think, in terms of what they think they're supposed to bring to the table, first of all, a man like that, you're supposed to get with him early on. Most of those guys, if they are married, they're married because that woman was with them early on. And that's another thing that women have a hard time doing, because y'all gotten aware that you think the only black man's worth being with, as far as that someone where you want to commit on purpose. Because for the most part, what I know some women too is that women will get into things. You can't be direct about what you're trying to do with a woman. If you again, of course you want to smash, but if you come straight up and say, "Hey, I want to smash," it's not going to happen, is it? You got to take on a date. You got to, at least hang out with her, talk to her on the phone. You cannot be, because women are not direct thinkers, so you can't be direct and logical with a woman. You have to give them an experience and stuff like that. You feel me? So so you can't be direct. I think I had another critique, but hold on, guys. Let me see if I have another video before we close out. So I'm gonna go ahead and share this clip real quick, man. I'm going to play this for y'all.
That's right, and that's. I'll speak for myself. Kendrick tapped into something I didn't know was in me. As a fan of Drake, in the back of my head, way in the back of my head, I don't think I liked hearing Drake say the N-word. But I let it ride because of how dope Drake is. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Drake will take your song and do it better than you.
Right.
That's a talent.
He's given a lot of people their first number one.
That's right. And that's a lot of people who went at him, he helped them out in their career. That's also true. I understand why he feels the way about that. Like, wait, hold on. Your number one is with me. How are you coming at me? That's fair. That's a fair statement. But I didn't know.
There ain't no but.
That I had a problem with Drake saying that, or maybe potentially, until I heard Kendrick say it. When he said it, I was like, yeah,
something there.
You're saying something. You went into my brain and accessed something that was in the far recesses of my brain and pulled it to the forefront. And now I got to deal with it. I'll speak for myself. Kendrick tapped into something I didn't know was in me.
Both these men are far older than Kendrick and Drake. Not a ton, but like, you know, Talib Kweli got to be almost 50 years old, if not around there. And that doesn't take away from the talent. Much respect to Talib Kweli, and much respect to Ray, right? This is how, first of all, black men hating on each other and tearing each other down, it's a part of life, man. When people want to be in competition, it's a part of competition. If I'm competing with you, and this is hard to mentally understand for people, all right, what competition is and how people who are competing with you are going to talk about you. Most of the people that you heard in the media who had the biggest voices are people who are on Drake's op list, or Drake is on their op list, or people who are rappers. If they're a rapper and he's a rapper, you don't think they're in competition? It doesn't matter what area you're from. At the end of the day, for nigga like Talib Kweli, he know that again, he's going to be, his archetype of rapper is by the laws of nature and hip hop, basically the natural op. Excuse me, for Drake's archetype in terms of their style and whatnot, because the conscious nigga will always hate on the nigga that can actually make records and make music, because the conscious nigga, until Kanye comes along and Lupe comes along and Pharrell, because conscious music eventually became what Pharrell and what Kanye does, where they're just pretty much not doing gangster rap, and they just rapping about being fly and having a good life and rapping about life, which is also dope. And it was a good thing because it opened the genre up so more people can be a part of it. Because before that, a lot of niggas will lie about their street cred and fabricate their street cred or fabricate some kind of hood story because that's what you needed to be relevant to hip hop at that time. You understand? But this is what black men do. This is the activity that black men do, where they hate on the nigga and trying to make it sound good. This man done been here forever. That is not a rule that black people have. We have never said that people who are biracial can't say nigga. I have never heard that in my life, that if you biracial, you shouldn't be saying, get the fuck out. Wait. And on top of that, y'all be acting like, you know why you know who Drake's dad is? Because Drake's dad is always with him. All right, I'm not saying he's glued to his hip or nothing like that, but you know why you know who his mom is? It's not because paparazzi's following his mom around, because you see them together. Nigga really be with his family. He be with his mom, which is a normal thing. You know what I'm saying? But he be with his family. You see his daddy. That's the blackest nigga you ever seen, bro. See a nigga mustache? Crazy. Not only that, Drake spent mad time here. He spent every summer in America. He got mad family in the blackest part of the fucking country, Memphis, Tennessee. What are you talking about? That's how he learned a lot of this shit. What's wrong with y'all? The nature of human beings is to be nasty, evil, and cruel. We don't have, that's why we like sports and anything with drama and stuff like that, because we don't have an outlet for that no more. It used to be an actual pastime to watch Negroes hang from trees. People will go watch that as a community event. You will bring the kids and bring popcorn and have a picnic while this Negro hangs to death. They made pictures of it so you can know this is how we was living back in 1921. See how far the world came? We used to hang people in this country. It wasn't 1,000 years ago. It was like 100 years ago. 100 years ago. I mean, actually, I'm listen. Hold on. Hey Google. When the last time somebody got hung in the United States?
According to the information available, the last person to be hanged in the United States was Billy Bailey in Delaware in 1996.
Who was the last African American to be hung in America?
It's a important to distinguish between legal executions by hanging and lynching, which were acts of racial terror. With that in mind, lynching. It's difficult to pinpoint one last instance due to the often unrecorded and extra-legal nature of lynching. However, the 1981 lynching of Michael Donald in Mobile, Alabama, is a significant and late example. This case drew national attention.
Get my point. So, in the 80s, nigga, somebody got hung. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying in general, as far like it being like, you know, sanctioned, that was a thing. Still be a thing. You understand? So, overall, man, the ladies gotta tighten up. Gotta really tighten up. And men more than ever, we're about to go through maybe a 10-year period, you know what I'm saying, where we're gonna have to redefine, especially black men, we gotta redefine what power is, what we think a good life is, and the life you want to live. Because for the most part, what black men live is the life that their woman allows them to live, the happiness their woman allows them to have. Most black men do not have a woman in their life who wants them to be happy. They have a woman in their life who's telling them that they need to be doing more. All modern men hear all day long from everywhere is that you could be doing more. Why don't you give me more? Even with Drake, that young man earlier said, "Who did Drake give us?" If that's not a loser hating, then I don't know what it is. That's you're a hater, bro. Who did Drake give you? Drake, damn near everyone you hear today has a Drake feature or a Drake look. As far as the older guys, a lot of their first number ones, I didn't know who Future was until Drake. Future, Lil Baby, you know what I'm saying? Metro Boomin, 40, Boy Wonder, T Minus, The Weeknd, nigga. One of the biggest act, The Weeknd. Your favorite, Kendrick Lamar, which also helped get TDE. TDE got popping when Kendrick got really popping. Kendrick didn't get really popping until those Drake looks. And he had the biggest stimulus package, pause. Drake's family tree is crazy. Even in battle rap. Okay, Drake has put money on very big battles. All right, when URL had a tournament, you know what I'm saying, for $75K, Drake came and put an extra 50 on something. He put some extra money on it. Drake actually helped throw one of the biggest cards in battle rap ever, one of the best cards, the best nights in battle rap in recent memory, aside from Lux and Geechee, which was a decent battle. But as far as like in terms of card, Surfer's Calico Part 2, T-Rex and Rump Nitty Part 2. Who else should we have in that card, man? Rock and Twerk, crazy battle. You know what I'm saying? Geechee and Lux, I mean, almost had Mook on the card versus he's the block captain. You know what I'm saying? This again, the contributions they just go on and on and on. You know what I'm saying? But it's so many artists, and there's so many genres of music that people who like myself weren't listening to, but maybe we're more open to because of hearing Drake on these records, like the London drill, the Afro beats, the Caribbean shit. All that stuff matters, bro. Well, but one of the reasons why people feel comfortable doing that is because, that is American culture. Peace. Women do not really like peace. Women for the most. Not bad, But that's our culture. Is to keep treating that black. Shout out to Angry Man. Treating that black man like a lemon, and you just squeeze them. You know what I'm saying, and just keep squeezing, or just like a resource. Like you keep using them until they done. Don't let people just use you, bro. Got your life to live too. And don't let people tell you who you could be and how you're supposed to do it. If you're not hurting no one, and you taking care of what you got to take care of, it don't matter, man. But anyway, man, listen, we out of here. You know what I'm saying? We out of here. New sash. We done. We out here, yo.